Pura Vida. Welcome to the biggest, wildest investigation the STEM Sleuth has ever taken on. We traveled to a place with a volcano, rainforest, cloud forest, and some of the craziest creatures on the planet. Costa Rica. I'm the STEM Sleuth, and my mission today is to crack the code on the ultimate jungle ecosystem. We had a massive one-week adventure, and I collected a huge evidence file of weird and amazing animals. Grab your gear because we are going deep into the rainforest. Costa Rica is a small tropical country in Central America located between North and South America. Before we get to the animals, let's review the expedition log for our one-week mission. The investigation began with a flight from our home base in San Jose, California, all the way to San Jose, Costa Rica for an incredible one-week mission. We landed and drove straight to La Fortuna to start the search. We explored the mystical hanging bridges and rode ATVs through the jungle with massive views of the Arenal volcano. It was an amazing sight. We even visited the Don Olivo chocolate tour. STEM fact: chocolate actually comes from a fruit pod, and the seeds inside are what actually make the candy. We also took a break at Bolly Hot Springs. Their water slides were a great lesson in gravity with the volcano view. Then we headed to Monteverde for some high-speed physics at 100% Aventura.
Hey guys, how are you? Where are we going?
To a zipline.
We will take Kenya.
I took on the longest zipline in all of Costa Rica. It was almost 1.6 kilometers long. That's a full mile of me flying over the cloud forest. My pulley was fighting off friction so I could reach maximum velocity. It was such an awesome experience. After the zipline, I experienced the Tarzan swing. When I was on the platform, I was storing potential energy and then, BAM! I jumped off and all the potential energy turned into kinetic energy and the centripetal force kept me swinging until friction slowed me down. Another highlight was tubing down the Rio Celeste. It was so fun. The water was bright blue and refreshing. The tube was going really crazy in some sections, and other sections were really calm. In some sections, it was really fast and thrilling because of the Venturi effect. The Venturi effect happens when a wide river is squeezed through a narrow gap between rocks or tight riverbanks. Since the same amount of water is pushed through a smaller space, it becomes fast and bumpy. Later, we did some rope swings. It was similar to the Tarzan swing. It's another great example of centripetal force, except I jumped into the water at the end of the swing. Finally, we ended the expedition by hitting the sunny beaches at Manuel Antonio National Park. One of the coolest things in the park is that the beach comes all the way down to the rainforest. That means you could be swimming in the ocean while a few feet away there are monkeys and birds hanging out. Throughout the trip every morning, I did a stakeout. I recorded bird calls on my iPad and used the Merlin bird app to identify them by their sound waves. It's like a fingerprint scanner for bird sounds. We did night walks around the hotel property and saw so much. We found red-eyed tree frogs and massive bullfrogs. During the day, we spotted sloths, white-faced monkeys, a porcupine, a helmet-headed lizard, iguanas, and crabs. We even spotted giant crocodiles from a bridge on the drive back to San Jose. Now for the bug evidence file, which is huge. We tracked down an eastern lubber grasshopper, an 8-spotted forester, a giant katydid, a Suriname cockroach, the super loud Cryptotympana holstein cicada, and the beautiful red admiral butterflies. Finally, it's time for a deep dive investigation into my top 5 favorite Costa Rican creatures. Number 1, the sloth. I used to think sloths are just lazy, but their slowness is actually a genius survival strategy. Sloths have a super slow metabolism. It can take them a whole month to digest one leaf. Because they move so slowly, they don't use much energy and they don't attract the attention of predators. We had sloths living right on our hotel property, but the craziest sloth evidence came from our amazing wildlife guide, Yanan, at Manuel Antonio National Park. He helped us spot something super rare, 2 sloths actually fighting in a tree. Check out this video clip I got thanks to Yanan. Number 2, the howler monkey. On some mornings in Costa Rica, I heard what sounded like a T-Rex roaring in the trees. It was actually subject number 2, the howler monkey. So how does a monkey the size of a small dog make a sound that can be heard 3 miles away? Our guide helped us understand it's all physics and anatomy. Howler monkeys have an enlarged bone in their throat, which acts like a hollow echo chamber, amplifying their vocal cords. They use these loud sounds like a megaphone to protect their territory without having to actually fight. Next on my list are the dinosaurs of the rainforest, the iguana. We saw these guys everywhere, usually just chilling in the sun. Since they are reptiles, they are cold-blooded. They have to use the sun's thermal energy to charge up their bodies like a solar panel. But here is the craziest STEM clue. Iguanas have a third eye. It's called a parietal eye, right on top of their head. It can't see pictures, but it senses shadows and light, warning them if a bird is swooping down from above. Subject number 4 might be tiny, but they're the greatest farmers on earth, the leafcutter ants. When I saw them carrying these massive pieces of leaves, I thought they were taking them home for a salad. I was wrong. Leafcutter ants don't eat leaves. They carry them deep underground into massive colonies, chew them up, and use them to grow a special kind of fungus. The ants then eat the fungus. They are insect farmers doing advanced agriculture. Finally, the most famous bird in the jungle, the toucan. Their beak is huge. Sometimes it's a third of their entire body length. It looks heavy, but it's actually made of keratin, the same stuff your fingernails are made of. It's built like a hollow honeycomb, making it strong but light. Why is it so big? First, it lets them reach fruit on skinny branches that couldn't hold their weight. Second, it's an air conditioner. Blood flows into the beak and releases body heat into the air, keeping the toucan cool. From a volcano amidst rainforests to farming ants and solar-powered lizards, the Costa Rica case file is officially closed. This ecosystem is a masterpiece of biology and physics. Thanks for exploring Costa Rica with the STEM Sleuth. If you'd like this investigation, stay tuned for many more such adventures coming up. Until next time, Pura Vida and keep sleuthing.